Okay, let's just start our morning MAO now. I just share my screen. Let's go share screen. Here we go. Up we go. Okay, and then let me change to PowerPoint mode. Okay, there we go. All right, let me just check and verify that everybody can see the PowerPoint slides going up. All right, so today is another big day. All right, every day is a big day for the market because I just saw the Dow Jones going for all-time high once again. All right, Dow Jones again went to all-time high once again. So the numbers, what numbers are we referring to? The numbers are the economic numbers. The numbers are gold numbers. Yes, later on to cover a lot of things about gold. All right, so if you're a gold fan, you may want to really go in for this. All right. So guys, stand by for this morning. If you like, okay, if you're ready in the morning, just give me all the love that you can give me. All right. Send me all the love you can give me. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, all the love you can give me. Just send across, that'd be lovely. All right. Okay, so ready for it? Okay, let's begin. Okay, today is the 15th of February, 2021, Monday. All right, let's begin. So same thing again, all disclaimer as usual. Guys, do take note of that. All right, anything that I share today, please do your due diligence. It's very, very important to do your due diligence, especially in the market situation right now. All right, okay. Now, Donald Trump has got himself acquitted again. I mean, totally it's a waste of time and resources, in my opinion. But of course, there's something that we will look into. This is that the total guilty number of senators think that he was guilty was 57, not guilty of 43. Now, previously was 51-49. All right, 51-49. So one Republican crossover. Now, this time around, apparently 7 Republican senators fight over the Democrats. And obviously, it's that marked a bit of difference, and it causes a bit of bit of fragment on the Republican group. Although overall, still Donald Trump has all the support from the Republicans, but still we do see this. All right. So of course, being acquitted means what? Apparently, he said this after the acquittal. He said that the movement has just begun. All right. He has said that the movement has just begun. And we don't know what is he planning, but obviously it's all right. It seems to be 2022 when in the midpoint of the party, they will try to do something for that. All right. And of course, because of that, some of the people, all right, some Republicans are facing some battles, some legal battles, all right, on certain areas. So basically, if you are looking into politics, you can go and read into this. I went through it. I find it full of wayang or shows, in my opinion. So I'm not going to go into that. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there because anyway, Donald Trump can't do much until 2022 it comes to the midpoint. All right. So that is what happened. Donald Trump has got himself acquitted again as expected. Okay. Now, Japan earthquake, okay, injured, right, about 146 people, causing a temporary power outage. Now, it happened at Fukushima. That was the thing that got me a little bit, I feel a little bit of, my hair standing a little bit because remember that in 2011, it happened before, right? In 2011, that was where the earthquake hit Fukushima. The 4 nuclear power stations went down, and obviously, it's all right. The deaths happened, of course, and the stock market also pulled back at the same time. So seriously, all my personal view on this is that, right? Things really go in cycle of 10, probably. So traders just be careful on that. But nonetheless, itself, right, you can see that they are still pretty cool, right? Look at the way they make sure that things are taken care of, people are taking care of, the toilets. And I find it very amazing is that even though, they are so into this, they know what to do, but still they know how to take care of themselves and ensure that if the cleanliness are kept. I find this picture very amazing as well. All right, so good and fortunate, no death were reported. That was very good, and hopefully it stays there. And hopefully hope that no more earthquake coming to Japan. Of course, it'll be tough, but hopefully, right? Now, the female Elon, all right, apparently it's all right. Cathie Wood basically says that risk of having too much money and not enough stocks. Apparently now she is basically the queen of stock market. All right, if Warren Buffett is the king, then the prince is Elon Musk, and the princess will be, or the queen, okay, put it away, is Cathie Wood. So apparently whatever she's been calling everything goes up. All right. So if you want to follow her on Twitter and see what she calls for, right? Because these two persons here, Elon and Cathie Wood, these two are really, the one that is calling the shot right now. Apparently, it's right because of the success last year. They've just added another $7 billion asset, okay, just in a single month alone, okay, for $8 billion. And now their fund size is about $58 billion. Now, Cathie Wood, if you actually go back to history, she was just a so-called nobody for the last 10 years. But suddenly, she just went all the way up to the record level here. So guys, if you want to follow her, find her on Twitter. You should be able to see all her calls on for up. All right, so that's the Elon, the female side, female Elon, okay. Now, the stimulus, we are all waiting for this and it's still ongoing. We're still waiting. Apparently, the market is still waiting for the development of the $1.9 trillion fiscal stimulus package, which is still coming from the Congress. And of course, the main thing is that on coming Wednesday, the Federal Reserve will release its minutes. So obviously, people like look whether there's any hints of inflation, because inflation and rising rate will be still the dominant themes for the investors. Okay, later I'll talk about this again on these two, inflation and rising interest rates. But we just saw the 10-year yield, okay, a very key benchmark, has touched 1.2% for the first time since March, indeed. All right, but again, you can see when it was 1.14 back then, 1.13 back then itself, the market says there's some selling, but now it's much, much, much higher. The market also didn't bother. So that's why I tell you this. It's always about how the media want to craft the picture. So we just look at the news from a pinch of salt. If it happens to help you in line with your trading, then of course just use it. All right. Okay. So the Bitcoin story. Wow, the Bitcoin. Let's take a look now. It went up to 50,000, I think. All right. Basically, right. Just think about this. If you invested $100, okay, in 2009, that's about what, 11 years ago. Okay. Do you know how much we were worth now? Well, if you basically invested $100, you'll be able to buy about 1,000 Bitcoin because the time was 10 cents. Now, but seriously, it's right in October 2010, when Bitcoin was 10 cents. Imagine you have something that is really, really no one talks about it, and then this thing went up to 20 cents. You make 100% profit. I'm very sure any individual will take profit. Now, even let's say you don't take profit at 10 cents or 20 cents, sorry, then you hold it to $1. Now it's up by 10 folds, a 10 bagger. I'm sure you'll take profit. So seriously, although it's like, yeah, mathematically, we know that if you invest $100, 1,000 coin, and if you hold it all the way until yesterday, even this morning, all right, you will have about $48 million. Okay, so of course now everybody has this fascination now to say, oh, guys, then might as well buy Dogecoin. Because Dogecoin now is still below 10 cents. So basically, if you buy Dogecoin for $100, if I hold it for 12 years later, maybe it becomes 48 million for me. So this is what everybody's thinking of. And I can't say right or wrong, but just, if $100 is able to be sacrificed, then just dump it there and just see whether 12 years later, can this Dogecoin become another Bitcoin. All right, that's my personal take. Maybe 48 million, maybe about 5 million, 3 million, something like that along the way. Okay. So this is what happened on how a Bitcoin price has been going up. All right. So guys, if you're looking to buy some Dogecoin, you key Dogecoin into the group chat, DOGECOIN. Okay, we'll take some water break. All right, if you are looking to do that. All right, do note today is a US public holiday. Yep, it's a President Day. So the market is still going future side, but then again, it will be pretty slow. But again, because it's low volume, it's very easy to manipulate. So just take note of that. Hong Kong is closed today, so we don't need to rush for Hong Kong market opening price. Yeah, because Hong Kong is closed for today, it will reopen tomorrow. All right. So just me let you know. All right. So somebody buying Bitcoin instead. Okay. All right. Continue my morning MAO. All right. So why is Bitcoin still raging? All right. You must understand there's a lot of very good reason right now. Now, of course, the first one that started off the ball rolling was PayPal. PayPal basically accepted Bitcoin for their transaction, and that was the first reason why Bitcoin became acceptance. Then, of course, we have Tesla coming into the picture, right? We also know that he went to buy, but apparently MasterCard says that it's beginning to offer support for cryptocurrency on its network this year. Oh, okay. And Bank of New York, Mellon, and says that it provides customer service for the digital asset, citing growing client demand. So apparently now, the market is starting to come in, okay? It's coming, right? Indeed, Gerald, PayPal was invented by NAS, indeed, obviously. Yes, indeed. So that's why I'm saying that there's a rational reason. It was more and more people are trying to accept this now. And talking about big boys coming into the picture, with the demand itself coming in and the supply is limited, obviously the price will go up. So this is very economic 101. Unless there's a regulatory body that comes in and change entire thing, if not itself, right, there is a good chance. So apparently some people are saying that you can go to 60,000, and obviously the one that lost Facebook, remember the two brothers, okay, they're saying that, right, this thing will go even higher to even 500,000. Wow. So, if you believe in all these guys and you think they go to 500,000, then of course buying now is still very, very cheap. Okay. So again, I cannot say which is which. It's just like now asking you to buy Warren Buffett, the Berkshire Hathaway when it was $1,000, and now it's at $300,000. So it's the same concept here. So if you think that you can buy on this aspect and you don't mind, taking this risk, it's always a risk reward thingy. And no investment is 100%. Really, no investment 100%. You may win, you may lose, but at least you know now that there are more people coming on board. Now, again, for me, very simple. I'm not going to chase, in my opinion, but just have to try to go higher. I don't care. But of course, any significant drop, I will buy Bitcoin. Seriously, I'm not kidding you yourself. Really, any significant drop, I'll buy Bitcoin because I am still a big advocate. I still think Bitcoin is a buy for day-to-day usage. Now, of course, a fluctuation, I don't care, but at least I know that a lot of boys are involved right now. All right. So of course, the next big thing is the SPAC. Now, SPAC is not SPCA. Don't get it wrong. Huh? Okay, it used to be a joke in Silicon Valley. Those people who have SPAC, they will actually think that this is a crap company. But the thing is this, the surging of these numbers are actually going higher and higher. And just in case you don't know what's SPAC, it's a very new term. It's called a special purpose acquisition company. All right, meaning that this company itself is a blank check, a shell corporation designed to take companies public without going through the traditional IPO process. In short, it's creative IPO. So rather than go through IPO, the strenuous process and go through lawyers and really pay dues for it itself, right? Apparently, SPAC allow retail investors to invest in private equity type, all right, particularly leverage buyout. So it's a lot of basically a recreation of .com, right? What happened in 1999 is the same damn thing itself. So of course, to the people like Sam Zale, he's a billionaire. All right, he felt that right, this SPAC craze is mostly rampant speculation similar to the .com boom. So again, the new kids on the block will tell you that SPAC is a good deal because anybody is going to bring a company and go for listing, and it's just going to make billions of dollars just like that. Okay, so this is a good part side. The bad part itself is any company, as long as they can repackage it nice enough and they're supporter, it will happen. So it's really something similar to the .com. Okay, what happened back then in 1999. So if those who are trading in back then itself, you remember that, right? Every company, as long as you put the company name with the .com behind it, you become a tech company and the share will go crazy and beyond. And obviously, what happened later on, we all know the fact of the matter, because when a company has no credential, no fundamental, no value, obviously. That's why you saw this, some of the company like GME, all right, this company itself, right, went all the way to $4 and because there's no value, boop, the share came back 90% from the high. Oh my God, that's pretty terrible, right? So this is what happened now. Again, this thing, I don't think we will see this the end. You will see more of this, but today it's a bit heavy. So we will come to this later on when we have more and more people getting involved with this. Okay. So all right, so that's something that I want to share with you. All right. Now, of course, this is the thing that, I mean, I try to avoid COVID-19 thingy, but definitely it's right. When I saw this article, I began to go into that. So what happened is this, the CDC director warned states against the dropping mask mandates amid concern about COVID mutation. Now, the point is this, apparently now again, because of the slowing down of numbers in USA and the vaccine rollout, right? Apparently now some states has decided to loosen the restriction. They are looking at to lift away the mask wearing requirement. Oh my God, it's always like that. What's new, man? So the thing is this, of course you may say, Cal, but the numbers are going down, so why not, right? Now look carefully at the numbers. Now look at it, okay? It still stays that we have 100,000 cases, okay? So the number was 200 plus 250,000 per day, right? And the number went down, okay? Watch this. But the death is 1,005 to 3,005 deaths per day. Now this is the thing I'm going to explain here. Back then when I was covering this day to day itself, right? The number of the people got the virus was about 250,000 to 300,000, right? The daily death is about 2,005 to 3,000, right? So that was back then. Then after that itself, I told you guys I'm not going to get into this anymore because that WHO decided to come a new way of computing the people who have got this virus. So I know that it's pointless to talk about it anymore. But the thing is this, you can massage the numbers to lower down the number of infected cases, but you cannot cancel away or reduce people's death because death is a reality thing, all right? You can have people sick but not reported, but death you cannot don't report. So that is my point here itself. So seriously, in my objective, my opinion, okay, my personal opinion, I believe that there are still a lot of death, a lot of COVID-19 cases around in USA. But because of the new way of computation around the whole world, that is why people think that things are out of the woods. And obviously, we are talking about people like this virologist. He says that right, reopening in dining is reckless and premature decision. And of course, but on the mainstream media, they're telling you that, hey, you know what? Cases has went down, hospitalization has went down, deaths have fallen. So you see the difference there. You know, the experts are telling you no, but the mainstream media tell you yes. So obviously, there's a lot of confusion right now. But again, as long as stock market is going up, who bothers, right? So that is the typical problem that was happening right now. So you can see right here, the US is reporting about 93,000 cases a day. That's very low, right? Comparing that, it's a 22% drop from last week. You see that? But the death is up by 4%. Something is not right. Obviously, the thing is this. So unless telling me blatantly upfront that, okay, the virus is really, you know, taken care of. The people's death now is no choice due to the people who got infected previously. If the media that to report something like this, then I believe that the economy is really has a chance to recover. But when they are very selective with whatever they're going to say, seriously, I don't buy that. All right, I don't buy that. So I just say, guys, play it safe, keep yourself safe, and make sure you put on your mask. Okay. All right. So Myanmar, obviously, I mean, of course, it's very far from us, but still, you can see that this is really what's happening. They try to, you know, they really try to, you know, stop the internet movement in Myanmar to prevent people from sending out images. But still, we can see from the mainstream media that the number of people there are really into the 10th day of protest. And of course, a lot of, you know, problems happening. And obviously, when people protest, the country cannot continue and there will be repercussion effect. Definitely, for sure, there will be repercussion effect. And of course, now Joe Biden, being the commander of USA now, he is saying that right, going to impose sanctions on the military leaders who directed this coup. Right, we will see how it goes. But again, this is ongoing right now, and I believe that this will have repercussion effect. So I want to talk more about this, but I'm just telling you upfront. Okay. So we have covered all the news in, just a quick rush of this. You have got it. But nonetheless, itself, right? Let's look into Friday's market. Now, although Friday we were on Chinese New Year holiday, but the market was still there. So the stock market inched another closing at all-time high again. The Dow Jones went up by 27 points, and obviously all of them went up. Right now, do note energy market was up by 15%, and apparently the U.S. administration has basically done a good deal. They have actually bring the total U.S. Number of doses to 600 million. Okay, so apparently it's right. A lot of Americans, where half of them will be able to get their dosage hopefully soon. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I mean, I'm quite happy that it's ongoing, but just realize that right, this is so fast now ongoing compared to this Donald Trump time. So this is something interesting. Okay, yeah. Okay, and so soft. Okay, are you feeling soft? How about the rest? Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Let me just check the mic one more time. Everybody, can you hear me loud and clear? If yes, tell me loud and clear. If no, tell me soft. I mean, I can't change much, but I'm not too sure why. We can turn on the volume, probably. My side is still okay, pretty high level. Okay, so it's okay, all right? So apparently sometimes it is individual, this setting. Yeah, maybe you need to do something to that, all right? Benedict, All right, try to do something to that. Okay, you can see that the rest of the people respond are okay. All right, sometimes it does happen to some individuals. So suddenly maybe the internet connection it just gone off. I apologize on that. I continue. All right. So the Dow Jones was basically underwater for most part of the day, and in fact, it almost hit the low of the last of the trading session. But as usual, the last hour, boom, 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 wow, wow, wow. You see that it's almost an every Friday thingy. Now, really, it's almost an every Friday thingy. So some traders actually work on Friday night itself at about 3 a.m. to actually capture this run. Now, this is about 4 a.m. now. This is 3 a.m. is our 4 a.m. right? Just 1 hour behind. So that's why the that is how it went. And for this morning, the Dow gap up as usual. So it's very typical is that they're going to pump it up in during the US timing, then the Asia timing, they pump it up higher and they big profit. It's like an everyday sending money to individual and congratulate them by Angbao like that. Okay, so that's what happened on the Dow Jones. Okay, so the news wise itself, right? Because it's Friday, so many of the news are all very delayed, and some more today got no US is our US holiday. So do note all these data are the latest I can get for you, but these are the one that you can just avoid because all these are 2 days old, 1 week old, 5 days old. So just ignore it. I can't find you any new news to show you. I mean, there's news in the market, but there's not in the mainstream media. So it's not in mainstream media. I will not want to show it to you because I don't want to cause confusion there. Okay. So let's just do some recap of what happened, okay, on Friday, okay, on Friday. Now, this is what happened on Friday. Now, Friday itself, right, you realize there's no pivot, So the opening price will be the key factor here. So the KSI happened to be red in color. So obviously then the market will have some selling what they call interest. So when the market goes below OP, naturally it should be able to go down to KTR -1 rather easily because the KSI is red in color. But of course, if the market goes above OP, right, then the market may be resilient at KTR +1 because that, again, I repeat, the KSI is red in color. So just basically on the opening price of the day and KSI, you roughly know what to look out for, in the market. All right. So let's see whether what we say here makes sense on the intraday chart. Okay. So in the intraday chart, you can see the market have been it's been hanging around OP. Then what happened? There is a very interesting movement here. This is a BMB. You can see that it's a BMB, and this is a CCYR, right? And obviously the BMB and the CCYR triggered the OP. Can you see that? Let me just draw this again clearly for you. So this is a BMB, and this is a CCYR. And this CCYR comes with a trigger at the opening price. So it's a valid trigger, and with BMB valid trigger, and you can see the Dow came down, but it missed the KTR -1 just by a few points, okay, just by a few points, and then it rallied up again. Then after that, it basically stays around OP level. It did try to recover, pretty slow day. Then after that itself, as I mentioned to you, the last hour or so, the market just rally all the way. Now, were there any form of like information telling you that is actually, if you look carefully, there is this BMB right here. Can you see that? There's a BMB right here, okay? So although this is not a BMB, this is a BMB with color change, but it did not trigger anything, so you cannot really trade onto it. But if you realize this, right, apparently itself, right, whenever the market want to move, right, you do see the BMB happening, all right? Not say every time, but you do see most of the time. So that's why BNB itself, to us for trading, right, it's actually a very important signal for traders, okay? So guys, if you get my point here itself, can you key the word BNB into the group chat so I get a short drink, and also I want to see whether guys you understand what I've been trying to say. All right, everybody, if you're ready to go, please key the word BNB right now. Okay, all right, BNB stands for Big Movement Bar. All right, some people will say that it's from, some people will say different thing, but end of the day is this, guys. I mean, different trainers have different way of explaining certain things. For us itself, right, I will tell you how BNB is being structured out itself, and that is why I'm telling traders that it's very important to actually, when you always see a BNB standby for movement, and the BNB come with color change and it actually comes hit a trigger, it will be a good trade from there. All right, thank you very much. Let us continue. Now, after this is out, right, we have loads of market economic data. All right, so stand by for this. If you need to have pen and paper to write down to just give yourself some information, Kelly can do it right now. Loads of market and economics data coming up. Okay, all right. So the thing is this. Okay, you can see, right? Okay, this one I couldn't do it in time. Let me just help you on this. Just give me a short moment here. China, Shanghai stock. Okay, I have no time for this. All right, let me just show it to you something very important. Okay. Can you see that right now? Okay, not very clear here. Okay, better. Oh, it should be like this. Okay. All right, you can see that, right? What I'm trying to explain to you here is that this, if you think that USA has pumped so much money to the economy that's caused the stock market to go up, then you're missing the big one. Apparently, China have been pumping even more money than USA. That's why they actually, the reserve in China was pretty big last time, but now it has went down a lot. And in fact, went down to very near to the point of, flat. But why is that so? It's all because apparently they've been trying to do a lot of stuff with the money they have. And obviously with the supply pumping in the system, right, the stock market also benefited. That's why you see the Shanghai Stock Exchange went up all the way from 3,200 all the way to 3,600 level, 10%. And this is reason why you are seeing this. Okay, so money supply tells you that the market, the government is pumping money. There's no way the market can come down. So I did this many times. And of course, you can see that right now, right, the total net worth held by the top 1% is really at about 2.3 trillion level. And of course, the velocity of M2 money stock is up at the low level. So the thing is this is very clear that there's an exchange of hands of where the money went. So just to let you know that, right, the boys are all holding up the stocks and they still believe that as on the market, the central banks are still pumping money. There's no reason for concern, okay? But what is very scary if you believe in this is you can see that now is the earning yields versus the S&P 500. The S&P 500 now is at all-time high level, but the yield or earnings actually is at the lower level. It's back to when? Let's take a look into the numbers, okay? Let's take a look. The earnings are here, and that is somewhere around here, right? And that is 2008 and 2009 level. So we are talking about earnings that have depreciated back to 09, 08 level. All right, take a look here itself. And the time S&P 500 is at about this point. So, about this point, correct? So the question is this, now the S&P is here. So do you see the difference here in terms of the movement? Is really incredible. This is really incredible. So again, you cannot deny that why people are getting worried, but still, as long as the central bank want to pump the money into the system, there's nothing you can do, because you can see that S&P 500, if the yields earnings are doing well, S&P goes up. That is a very normal thing. If the yields are going down in terms of earnings, the S&P go down. I mean, this is something we all know, like it's economic 101. But ever since during the 2019, when the repo operation came in, right, everything have changed. All right, everything have changed. So that's my point here. So until the Federal Reserve or the central bank stop pumping, the stock market will have to go higher. And I've been saying this countless times. You just remember that as well. Okay. So of course you can see from the Euro Central Bank assets, right? You can see very clearly the incredible pump up, right? So it's not only USA, it's not only China. In fact, we're talking about the whole the Euro area, 11 to 19 countries, and they are also doing the same thing. So it's a global pump that's leading the market right now. So if any time the central bank say, okay, we have done enough, it's time to pull the handbrake, that is where things will really go very wrong, because the earnings will not be able to cover up. So that's the point here. The question to any central banker is that they know that the earnings are still going down, but they need to maintain. If not, the whole economy will collapse. All right, the global economy will collapse. So to them is that if I don't pump, we die. if we keep on pumping, we eventually die. So might as well keep on pumping first, because eventually it's one thing, right? If we stop it, it's immediate reaction. So that's the reason why the stock market is still going to go up, because of this reckless, irresponsible pumping. But obviously it makes a lot of people happy, at least the first percentile. And some of the bullish guys who have been buying, it makes you happy, right? So that is how it works. It works now. Okay. So at the moment now, we can see that the total market cap over GDP is 196. Oh my goodness. You know what level are we now? We're almost twice. Okay. 196 is twice the amount. So again, let me repeat myself like a broken recorder. I'm not calling for a crash right now. I'm saying that, right, we are buying things way above valuation. It's just like buying a share now. It's worth $2. It's buying at $6 right now. But if you think you're comfortable with that, why not just buy it? Because you go $10. So this is all a thing that you must understand. This, as long as the momentum, the bullishness is there, you're buying on sentiment. You're not buying anything with fundamentals. So if you are doing that, then continue to do it. There's nothing wrong with doing that, because if the price goes to $8, you'll be blaming yourself not buying $6. And then if $8 you don't buy, you go to $10, you blame yourself for not buying $8. So all this thing is about faith and watching the market. So in case you ask me this, Kel, I missed the entire bull run, I don't feel like chasing, then what can I do? Now, let me tell you a very upfront thing. Seriously, if any time in the next few months or years, if there's any form of a significant pullback, any form, pullbacks by what, 10%, 20%, 30%, 50%, if ever this thing happen, I will tell you this, buy at all costs, because the world has come to a point that printing money is no longer a problem. You understand? We have really moved away from what happened in terms of like 30 years ago, whereby, you know, printing is not allowed, or, you know, it's considered right thing to do. But nowadays, the way things are moving, people don't care anymore. So of course, that will lead to inflation, but who the hell care? As long as I'm making more money to pay for that more expensive one-time me, I don't mind doing that. So that is something that I have reminded myself, there's a next wave when the stock market ever plunge, right? The next thing to do is to buy, and keep, and then let the central bank boys do all the thing to do. And they will bring the market all the way up again. Maybe the Dow will hit 50,000 next time, all right? You heard me? If you heard me, right, just key REM, remember, so that you guys, you know, can put this as a remember. It's a good thing to remember in case the next few years is out, right? Okay, when the market really comes to that point, you remember that, and you will know what to do for the next 7 years or next 10 years. Okay, guys, if you heard me, key REM into the Facebook group chat right now. It's going to be very, very important, because the next 10 years, I already know what to do for myself, and I really want you guys to also join on board, okay? So let's not forget this today. It's going to be very important, and who knows, today's video is going to be worth a lot of money. Okay, all right. Thank you, guys. Let's continue. Okay, so we have all the big data on the economic side itself, right? So let's talk about this. Now, that is the rational reason why, or the irrational, exuberant wise, that people are going nuts. You can look at this for the last, how many years? For the last 29 years, or maybe 30 years, I'll make it simple. We're talking about market, basically, right? Look at the index call option volume. It went berserk, okay? It really went berserk all the way to the all-time high level. So everyone and anyone is all buying, all right? So that's why I keep on saying this. If any opportunity for you to buy, just stay long in the market, all right? I repeat myself many, many times already. Although I say macro picture wise, we are definitely way above valuation, but who cares? Because if you don't buy, the rest are buying, either you're gonna make no money, or the worst thing itself, all right? The worst thing itself, right? You go against it. So that's why I say this, guys. Wait, if you really want to wait for if you think that now you missed the right time to buy, just wait for another pullback, all right? Now that is the main going right now, okay? Okay, so now we have moved away from the world economics. Let's move something more into something that we all like. So is gold. Okay, now take a look at gold. Now, I have said this several times. I also said this during one on MAOs. I tell you guys that the inflation and gold move in the same direction. Now, of course, again, some people challenge me and say, Kel, but recently inflation is going up, right? But the gold is coming down. Why is that so? Now, of course, you will not be working like tandem, but overall it's like this because the stock market now is going so high now. That is a problem. Now, usually when inflationary pressure creeps to the market, stock market will come off and people will buy into gold. That's how it works. So in a way itself, inflation causes gold price to go higher. But the problem is that the stock market is going even higher. So that is the problem, you see. Because the stock market is going even higher, people say that, you know what, between these two assets, between gold and stock market, I'd rather dump gold, take the money out and go into stock because I can make more money from stock. And last time, even stock at high PE ratio, people won't buy now, right? So they move to Russell 2000, they buy into the SPAC shares, they buy all those, so can give them 50%, 100% returns. So you see, this is how the whole entire flooding of the money, right, have the easy money, has caused the market to go into this orientation. So of course, now what we'll see is this: there will be a point that the inflation will keep on creeping higher and higher. Gold price will still go lower as long as the stock market is still going higher. There will be a time, again, I'll repeat myself one more time, there will be a time whereby the stock market suddenly come off, example, and then after that, people need money, they'll dump even more gold to replace and, you know, try to, like, you know, support the stock market, just like, you know, a bit of like some addict, and try to hold. But when the market really go into a total collapse, that is whereby people realize that inflation is going crazy. They will turn around and say, why not just buy into gold? And that is whereby I'm telling you this, the gold will then after that go all the way up. So you understand my point? So it's still following the inflation curve, just that, right, there's a little bit in between them down that causing gold to move the other direction. All right, if you understand what I said, right, key the word gold, G-O-L-D, into the group chat. If you don't understand, just put the word to understand, so after that I can understand how to do another, maybe a weekend session to explain this deeper. Okay, so guys, if you understand, please go and do that. Gold. Gold. I'm talking about gold right now. Why crypto come up? Colin, why crypto? Oh, okay, crypto, you're asking me why not buy the crypto? Seriously, crypto is just another current fact right now with really total zero value, more of a faith. So that is why if you buy into crypto, it's okay. But you know, if you're talking about basically comparison and for safety net, obviously you rather do gold. Okay, so of course you may say that, Kel, why don't we just do both at the same time? Why not? Of course, you can do at the same time. Of course, that'll be even better. Okay, all right, very good, guys. I see you guys are keying it right now. Okay, now this next slide is right. You're gonna be interesting. You can take a picture of it. I can post it up later. Take a look. Now this is from Bloomberg. Okay, this is from Bloomberg, and apparently it's right. Every time there is any so-called significant pullback in gold prices, okay, the very interesting is they have already done it for you. All right, since 2001, okay, that is about the last 20 years cycle, right? Anytime, whenever there is a pullback in gold, apparently, right, at the right time, you should be able to profit from that. So to explain this to you is that if from the high to the low, all right, if the market is down by about 15%, okay, it's time to buy into gold. So the last next cycle is about 12%, 20, 28, 12, and 11. So you get the point now? Yes, indeed, it's all right. What they're trying to sell you is this. Okay, that's also based to annual. All right, is that when gold pulls back between, okay, okay, this is whereby it must be very specific here in case you guys go crazy on this. Is that if any pullback of significant, like example, like as low as 11% to as high as 28%, right? So which means that, right, if the gold highest price, if you're going to pull back between this minus 10% to minus 30%, then it will be a good time to buy gold, because that is how the reading in the last 21 years or 20 years, sorry, has stipulated. So you can look at it, right? If you just basically look at this strategy and you just buy at all the mathematic low, and you will be able to make some money. So in short itself, right, if the gold pulls back by 10%, it's a good time to look at gold. And if you go down by 15%, you can buy a bit more. At 20%, buy even more. Down 25%, go more. And down 30%, go even more. But of course, this type of trading is going to be very dangerous because if you go down by, what if the first time it down by 40%, you may ask this question. But again, history is more for you as an important pattern, and the statistic, the data is for you to take a look. So if you believe in that and you believe that gold will still go up to even to 2,500, 3,200, then of course these numbers will play a significant part. So where are we now? We are just playing between the 10 to 15% level. Later on about gold, we cover this again. All right, so this chart is pretty important. So if you think that this is going to be helpful for you, then you will know exactly where to look out for gold buying. Okay, pretty cool, right? See, a lot of effort being done to make your morning MAO a real beneficial one. All right, so let's look at the Dow right now since we have covered most of the thing. Okay, just bring the Dow chart right in. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we can see that the Dow has just broke the BMB of three trading days ago. So I'll leave it there first to just give us a reminder. The MLP for today itself will be slightly higher. It's around here at 31,440. All right, 31,440. I'm just going to write it down. Okay, again, my drawing is not drawn to scale. What you need to do is this, just do yourself a favor. Okay, take the opening price and the closing price of this Friday, divide by 2, you get about there. So this is roughly there. This is not drawn to scale, it's around there. Okay, now I just want to feed you guys every time. So I'd rather you guys do your homework. Okay, now the MA obviously has moved higher because it's been a few days. We haven't updated this chart, right? So the MA tells me that, right, the Dow is 31,030. That is MA 30. So we are still very, very far away. There's no reason for concern. Okay, no reason for concern. Okay, so the long-term chart-wise, let's take a look at this one here just to show it to you. Here we go. So this is the long-term chart right now, and it's still surging, still not going to come down at all. No reason to panic, at least on the conventional side. Now, of course, the divergence is still ongoing. The divergence on the RSI is still ongoing. But then again, there's no reason for concern at this very moment right now. Okay. The only thing that you may want to look out is at the compression on the top itself, right? You can see that now the compression based on the high to high and the MA is getting closer and closer and closer. So obviously itself, right, it's just a pure number game. If the market basically compress and then breaks down to the MA, there will be two things to watch out for. One is a buying reason, because the last few times when the market hit the MA 30, the Dow Jones recovered. So again, that will be a very good point to watch out for. On the flip side itself, right, if the Dow Jones really go below the MA 30 and close below MA 30, then traders do expect and to get some pullback. The last time we saw a pullback of 5%, and after that, instantaneously, the market has recovered. So again, this may actually happen. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the daily chart. Okay, wait, I'm trying to make the chart white. Okay. Right, in terms of daily chart, I already show you guys my forecast is that there should be a bigger movement or U-turn around May. So now we are basically at the midpoint of this. So I'm going to redraw this one more time just to make sure that we get the same understanding here. Now it's either that the Dow will continue to surge to May before there's any form of significant pullback. Now, or not, then the market will be dipping soon, and then towards the May, it will come down, then the market will go up again. So there's two potential directions that the Dow might be going. Now, if you cannot see the drawing, you may want to tip around the phone just or the even widen it to see that. I'm trying to move my camera down. Okay, I'll do it by tomorrow. I have time to just practice this. All right, but still, end of the day, I'm just informing you that what could be happening in the next few weeks. Okay, could be. But again, you may ask why you guys select that. It's a very simple process. As you know, what I did is I figured out the top and the or the top, right? Then I realized that between the top to top itself, right, apparently it's about 170 days in between. So in terms of like technical patterns, I just do a 170 days, 170 days, 170 days. And I realized that very interestingly itself, right, it does happen to have interesting movement, right? So that's the reason why I am just sharing this with you. There's no scientific reason to that. There's nothing else, but it's probably influenced by Larry Williams, and I created my own 170-day thingy. All right, so do take note of that. It's 170 days trading day. So of course you say no, Kel, maybe 168 is better. Okay, anyway, this is just my personal sharing. Okay, so you don't need to read too much into that. Okay, cool. All right, so the daily, weekly chart itself, you can see significantly, there's no reason to panic, so just move on. Weekly chart wise itself, right, it's above the BNB, so there's again no reason to panic. Everything status quo. So as long as the Dow Jones stays up, it'll be good. Now, of course, today opening price for the Dow Jones for this week is 31,492. So obviously, this one must be the main provider for this week itself. Okay. All right, so let's look at today's our Dow Jones, shall we? Okay. Now, Dow Jones. Now, based on the whole chart right now, you can see that the Dow Jones today got no pivot level, no pivot. So no pivot means that, right, the opening price will be the main pivotal point. As long as the Dow Jones stays above OP, the Dow Jones should be going higher. And also at the same time itself, do watch this, the market opening price is slightly above today's new cage RL. So as long as the Dow stays above the RL, naturally, as based on what I've been saying, the Dow could go even higher the next day, which is tomorrow. But if the market closes below the RL, then obviously, we will look at it to bounce around this cage area, okay? So today's OP is 31,492, as I mentioned earlier. So as long as the market stays above OP, most likely will go up. But again, because the KSI happen to be red in color, so if the Dow Jones go up to KTR +1, do consider to take some profit. And if the Dow comes down below OP, going to KTR -1 should be quite easy, and it may go to KTR -2 and so forth. All right, so get the difference there. Yeah, I hope you get that. All right, so that is very important for you. For now, of course, you ask me, Kel, there's no way I can tell you where you'll go higher because there's no more KCB. We're at all-time high level, so any level, any number is doable. All right, so just watch out for that. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones for today. Okay, all right, so I'll move away. There's no tangxing, so I continue. All right, so this is gold. All right, this is gold. Now, gold basically, right, you can see the last 5 trading days have been dwelling down, going lower and going lower. All right, and I'll explain to you later on through the charts, right? So fundamental news itself, right? Apparently now there's in March thingy. The dollar will still play a big part for gold. The dollar is strengthening. Sorry, if the dollar is weakening, then of course gold may go up. But if the dollar strengthened that we saw 2 weeks ago, then of course gold may come down again. Okay. So there are different views in the market. Some say the dollar will be going higher, some say going lower. So again, the news can play a lot of games here. You make your own decision. Okay, let's go through what happened last Friday first. Okay. Now for the gold last Friday, because gold opens between the two pivots, right? So obviously it's right, the KSI plays a part. So the KSI was red in color, hence therefore when the market goes below OP, naturally it will come down instead. If it goes up, right, when you go to KTR +1, that is where the selling will come in. And later on, let's take a look at the intraday to see whether what we say makes sense. And if you look at the intraday chart right now, you can see that very clearly, it really happened, right? You can see very beautifully. This is the opening price of the day. You can see that. Then after that, the gold really came down to KTR -1. Now, that is why I say the KSI and the day chart is very important because you need to follow through. So only when the market goes below OP, then you can look out for potential sell signal, all right? And of course, you can see that gold after that tries to rebound. Okay, now this is something we have down. It's called the TSCB, all right, Trendsetter Circuit Breaker. And you realize that, right, this number for the intraday tells me that it's 1820. It's a very strong resistance point. And obviously, those who are PTP trained, they will have this. And you notice that once after that, the price really come back down and trigger KTR -2. Then after that, it did try to rebound, but once it basically touched again, it just pulled back. Incredible, right? This indicator. But of course, if the market finds strength, it may go up, and we saw that. But after a while, because the KSI day chart is still red in color, the market pulled back. It was only again the last half an hour, last 2 hours. Again, the Dow Jones went up, right? So the gold also went up. But if you look at in terms of KCX, well, for KCX itself, right, most of them have given you the $2 profit on Friday. You can see that all of them gave the $2 profit. So KCX is still usable as long as, you know, there is no pivot involved, because the opening price happened to be between pivot 1 and pivot 2, so it's not the pivot 2 setup. If the market is below OP and below pivot 2, then usually I will avoid KCX trading. But if the market is above pivot 1 or between the two pivots, then KCX usually will still work. All right, so you got it clear here? Hopefully you all got it. Right, if you got it, please key KCX into the group chat so that at least I know, guys, you all heard me loud and clear on this goal here. Okay. All right, let me get some water again. Okay, so remember that for KCX, when the market is above pivot 1 or the opening price is between pivot 1 and pivot 2, usually KCX will work. But if the market is below OP and below the P2, then of course I will want you to avoid using KCX. It's something that I've been repeating myself many times. Okay. All right, let's look at the gold now. This is gold price at the moment. As you can see very clearly, we have a bit of problem. Okay, you can see now. Now for gold itself, right, you can see that 2-3 days ago, gold did try to go above the MA30. Okay, but every time after it hit the MA30, it basically got rejected and came back down. So for 3 days, okay, for 3 days, the gold tried to stay above the MA30, but each time it got pulled back. So the thing is this, how to use MA30, I think during the Sunday, yesterday, the Valentine's Day session, I've tried and explained to you. If you missed that, go back to the Facebook group and you can watch it, all right, it's all over there. All right, so for 3 days in a row, when the gold price failed to stay above the MA30, the gold price pulls back, and you can see right now the impact of this. So the question is this, will gold go lower? If you ask my personal opinion, I believe that gold will go lower. Why is that so? Because there's a chocolate bar right here. Now, this is chocolate bar, this is a KCB, all right? So chocolate bar here itself is 1793. So there is a chance, okay, not say it will go, but there's a chance that gold price may be going to 1793, okay? So this is my personal take. Now, I'm basically very bullish in gold, but now it's the same thing that I'm bearish in the macro picture of the US market, but you still have to buy. So vice versa, I'm very bullish in gold, but based on the current factor now, we should be shorting gold just to basically earn the money until the really time to buy comes in. So there's a very big difference here itself, how you do a macro picture and how you do the micro picture. So this is something how I look at it. Okay, so if gold ever goes up, right, then of course, again, now today, the gold MA has dropped to 1837. Okay, so if the gold price hit 1837 today, then there might be a form of resistance again. So some people ask me, Kel, can we just basically put a sell limit at 1837? No, that is very dangerous. Because you see, 1837 happened to be the intersection point of the MA, right? So what if you go past 1837 and go to 1850? It's possible, guys. It's very possible. So you cannot do that. What you need to do is this. You can put an alert at 1837. And if gold go to 1838, 1839, 1840, yes, you are now watching the market on screen, all right? If only when the gold pulls back below 1837, then you activate a sell. And the stop loss, you can use the high or any price above the intersection point at 1837, maybe 1838 to do a stop loss there. You got my point. The way of MA is that you cannot put a sell limit first. You can put an alert level to warn you when the price goes there, then see how the market reacts. Because if you put a sell limit again at 1837, go imagine this. If MA30 is supposed to be a resistance, what if it broke above it because of some fundamental news? Maybe suddenly another Wall Street bets comes in and then they wake the market up. So you cannot put a sell limit there because things can go higher. All right, so got it clear? If you get it clear itself, right, put MA30 right now into the group chat so I can understand that you guys really understand what I just say about this MA30. Because I have received a lot of messages about people telling me, Kel, can I put an MA30 sell limit order? I told them, no, no, no. And they just couldn't understand this because they said, tell me, why not? And I repeated many times already. So I decided to take this opportunity here to repeat like a broken recorder again and again about not doing this. This is very dangerous, okay? Please do not do that, okay? Please do not do that. Okay, thank you guys. Please make sure that if you're not too sure how to use MA30 or MA, please go through my my latest video yesterday. I did it on Valentine's Day, and I want you guys to go through that. Okay, so you got an idea now? Okay, good. On the weekly chart itself, right, this is the one that just now the Bloomberg chart now combined with my own drawing. Okay, again, my own drawing. So this is the all-time high level for gold. So this is at the 5% level. This is at 10% level. So you can see that, right, if we just justify this and follow what the chart from Bloomberg. So when the gold price goes up to all-time high, and if you use a 5% rule, right, in fact, the next following week, if you buy gold at 10%, you will make instantaneously 5% almost immediately. All right. Then, of course, if every time it hit to 10%, you buy gold, you do make money. But when the gold breaks down below, okay, then obviously it went down, right, to the 15%. Now, if you notice the Bloomberg chart, okay, the Bloomberg chart, let me just bring it to you now one more time, the Bloomberg chart, okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, can you see that? This is the Bloomberg chart right here. So you can see that, right, on average itself, minus 15, minus 12, minus 20, minus 28, minus 12, minus 11. All right, so basically it's all right, average minus 15% will be always a very good level to watch out for, right? Every 15%, minus 15%. So now you understand why it's all right. A few weeks ago, when the gold price come to minus 15%, the gold price instantaneously rebounded. You got an idea now? Yeah, indeed. So the next time the gold price comes down to minus 15%, and that figure is 1762, then of course it will be a very good bet. But if you want to really go for it, right, if you go for it to another lower level, then of course the next level that gold might be going down, it could be as low as 1660. Okay, I repeat one more time. If let's say gold really go crazy and you slam down below the 1762, then here 1660 will be my ultimate buy level, Now again, who knows, it may go down to 165030. It doesn't matter, because at least I know statistically it's all right, I'm protected. Because of course, you remember that in Bloomberg, the chart again, it actually has once and went down to 28%. So of course, you want to play very, very, very safe. You say, Cal, I don't want this. I want to play very, very safe. I want to put it buy at, I want to look at buy at minus 25% or 30%. Again, it's up to individual. But as long as you know what I'm trying to do here itself, and you can see the value of this, because you think about this, 5% may not be a lot of money, but if you look at it, you know, in a very mathematical way, and using $10,000, you can actually make as much as $100,000. All right, so later when gold ever come down to the 1762 or 1660, I will actually, you know, do another session like this. And the next time when this happens itself, right, I really want you guys to join me on board, because this is really once a lifetime thingy here. All right, so the numbers I will give to you is 1762 or 1660. You make a call, you make the set, you can put a set limit over there, and I want you guys to really benefit of it. Okay, guys? Cool? All right, cool, huh? Okay, excellent. Okay, so you got a point for the weekly chart right now. And let's look at gold for today, shall we? Yeah. All right, so for today's gold, it's interesting. Watch out for gold. Today's opening price for gold is actually above OP. Gold opening price is actually above pivot 1. Sorry, my bad. All right, opening price of gold is actually above pivot 1. Pivot 1 today is 1823, and today opening price is 1825. So as long as gold stays above OP, gold is a buy today. I repeat, if gold goes up today, gold is a buy. Gold can go up to a high, may go to 1843, because that is my our KCB and also our TSCB level, happen to coincide the same level. So if gold stays above OP, gold may go up. But gold, the KSI happen to be red in color. So today, when it hit KTR +1, right, there might be some resistance. Okay, there might be some resistance. Now, if the gold goes below OP and go below pivot 1, then gold to come down to KTR -1, it's going to be a high chance of that happening. I repeat, gold going down to KTR -1, high chance of that happening. So for today, I'm going to go right in now to the 15-minute chart to show you the two numbers to watch out for. Can you see right now? Okay, so I'm going to say myself again one more time. This is the opening price of today, right? So if gold can stay above the pivot 1 and OP, gold should be able to reach KTR +1, and that's about 1823 level, okay? Okay, now if gold later on for some reason breaks down below the pivot 1, then gold to come down all the way to 1817 is a fairly high chance, okay? So at least there's two numbers for you to take note right now. So traders, I can't tell you exactly where it'll be going. I'll follow the chart and trade accordingly, all right? I'll follow the chart, trade accordingly. But if you look carefully, it's right, why the gold just now went up, right? You can see that it's a BNB right here. It's a red color BNB, but it doesn't matter what color it is, a BNB. So when the market goes down, and then you can see the BNB comes in, and that was why gold recovered. All right, it's a very incredible TA right here, and that is why you can take a look at it. 18. Oh, sorry, my bad. Sorry, 1832. Thank you, Richard, for pointing it out. Sorry, yeah, I was distracted earlier. Okay, 1832. Okay, thank you, Fred. Thank you, Brian. Okay, thank you, guys. Okay, thank you for that. 1832. Sorry, my bad. Okay, my bad. Okay, 1832. Okay, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Not easy to have multiple screen running around. Okay, so that is what I have to talk about gold. Now, obviously, there was silver. Quick one. Right, silver is going up again. You're going to test the very important 27688 level. That is a midpoint of the black candle down. It tested a few days ago, then it went down, it's going up again. And with the MA now trading higher, so likely silver is going to test the 2768 level again. So I suspect silver will this time around will test this level again. Okay, silver should be testing this level, 27,688. Okay, for that. Okay, so that is for silver. But if it cannot and one touch there and pulls back, then silver will likely come back down again. And the MA30 is still in my list at 2657 right now. That is for silver. Okay, and oil, I told you guys why oil is still a buy. I've been saying this like a broken recorder, and it's still happening now. Oil last Friday is a BNB. So obviously it's a BNB, we have to follow through. All right, let's change the color. All right, for crude oil, as long as the crude oil stays above, if the MA is still going to go right up. A new BNB have established on Friday. So as long as the crude oil stays above $59 again for today, there's no reason to sell crude oil. Like I can say once again, crude oil is still going up, and obviously crude oil, if let's say crude oil is a way to indicate the economy is rising or recovering, it's a good thing. But if the crude oil is going up and the economy is not doing well, then that means it's inflation. And very, very soon, if the inflation comes in and you can see that central bank get a little bit jittery, that is where the market will jitter. So this is something that you must understand. It works the same way itself. So you just have to watch out all these factors if you're looking to do a bit of positioning in the US market. Okay, all right, got it. Okay, so that is the crude oil. Now, of course, you can see over here, this is our Bitcoin. Yesterday, Bitcoin is still doing very well. All right, yesterday, Bitcoin, basically, you look at the KCX, right? There were two cases whereby if you buy Bitcoin, you will lost money. So we are very honest to tell you that when lose money, we tell you. But when it makes money, we tell you, right? So single tick means up by $300 from where the entry is. Double tick is $500 or more. So basically on the Friday, from yesterday's until today, total, there was 6 trades available to trade on the Bitcoin, and 2 lost money, 4 makes money. All right, I think still at the moment now, our 78% accuracy is still maintaining there. And every day I'm updating you guys, so it's very clear that it's still working without a problem. So for Bitcoin itself, let's take a look on Bitcoin. Now this is the daily chart of Bitcoin. Now I would like to say something very important. Now for Bitcoin today, I would like to say this very important number. Okay. Now you can see that my TSCB today, my circuit breaker is giving me a number, and this number is 48,885. Okay, this is very specific. So my point is this: as long today Bitcoin cannot stay above 48,885 for today, there will be selling on Bitcoin. And now you can see that this is happening. Bitcoin this morning hit 49,000. In fact, 49,000. The day before, yesterday, the Bitcoin hit 49,598. So missed by the 50,000 by $400. Today, as long as Bitcoin cannot stay above 48,885, Bitcoin should see some profit taking. So the pivot to 47,075 will be the first support for today. Right? Do note the KSI has turned red in color. The KSI has turned red in color. So that's the reason why Bitcoin today has selling pressure. You see, everything works together. Right? So traders, watch out for this number. Look out for KSI. Now at the moment now, the KCX is still, there is no blue colors yet. So the bullishness is still there. But of course, now you know there's some technical level to watch. You can look out for that. So next time you see any bullishness again, like recently on Bitcoin, you can see on the 20th of January, there was KCX blinking down there. All right, you can see that. That was almost an absolute low, and Bitcoin from there, from 29,000, rally up all the way to 48,000. So you can see, if you follow the KCX properly, from 29,000 all the way to 48,000. All right, seriously, because we're not ready yet, we didn't buy. So too bad, but again, that tells you that our KCX works like a gem. As long as you follow through, you should be able to make pretty decent money. So hopefully there will be another pullback of significant again. And the time if KCX do blink again, maybe it'll be a good time to buy. And this time now, Bitcoin might be going for the 55,000 level based on the usual way of moving. Okay, so let's see whether all these things will manifest. And I really want you guys to profit from the market. All right. So anybody going to buy in Bitcoin, please key BTC into the group chat so I can see how many of you are going for this BTC. Okay, then I can actually consider to, do my best to go and get the right exchange for all of us. AIMS, they did say that they will try to find another liquidity provider for us to sell. So let's see lah. I will not want to pressure them. I will let them do what they think deem fit. All right. So anyone buying Bitcoin? Oh, someone pressed angry. I just saw someone press angry. Who pressed angry? I thought someone pressed, I thought there'd be a lot of love. Okay, so if you're gonna buy Bitcoin, let me know. All right. Okay, let me see how many of you are like to buy Bitcoin. Okay. All right. So before you go, don't run away because that's gonna wrap it up for today. Now, since today is a Valentine's Day, so today I just want to do some quotes of Valentine's. A real man can make every day Valentine's Day for his girl. I think it's very true. That's why for me, every day I make sure that I spend my time with my wife, my kids, and tell them that you are still my Valentine every day. Doesn't mean that 14 February is a day for us to express love. In fact, every day we should express love to them. And you don't have to wait until Valentine's Day to tell someone that how much they mean to you. Seriously, to me now, every day I appreciate everybody. All right. So basically, that's why I'm happy. Every day is I'm happy because I appreciate everyone. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you guys and all the gentlemen here is all the guys. Remember, go after this MAO, go and hug your wife today. If you're not working, give a hooked hug. If it's a girlfriend, give a good hug and tell them that how much you love them, and also your kids too. All right. Yes, indeed. I will look say Benedict for the AIMS spread is really big. So I told you guys not to go into that. Okay. So wait for a while. Go for something else. We try to get with other exchanges like Binance and Bybit, and hopefully they will come back with a good answer for that. So I really love you guys, and that will be all for today. Thank you very much. Today, remember, it's a US holiday. The market will be a bit slow, so trade with care and enjoy yourself and stay very safe. All right, remember that. Stay safe. All right, this is Kel signing off. Give me all the love before we wrap it up for today. All right, thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye bye. Oh, office is closed today. Okay, remember that. Office is closed today. Don't come in tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow then come in. Okay, tomorrow is Super Tuesday. Okay, bye. Bye bye. Thank you guys. Take care. Love you guys.
Ready? Do you have any devices that can charge this? What is this?
Okay, guys. Bye bye.